Is organ donation for medical or scientific purposes biblical? Organ donation for medical purposes, I would say that I do not see a direct reference to that in the scriptures, and it's understandable why you will not see a direct reference on organ donation in the scriptures. At the time that the scriptures were written and the events of the scriptures happened, medical science and scientific research had not developed to this point. So obviously, the writers really didn't say anything in that direction, directly and specifically. But we must also note that the scriptures in themselves are not an attempt to tell us about human history or the development of the human race, or tell us about geography, or tell us about different things, science and all of that. No, the objective of scripture is to reveal the unseen God, the invisible God to humanity, to reveal the mind of God, the plan of God, the thoughts of God, the will of God to us. This is the focal point of scripture, and to then point us to God's eternal plan for our redemption that is headed up in his Son, the incarnation, Jesus Christ. This is the objective of scripture. But having said that, I must also say that when we look at the subject of organ donation, we can say in general that the principle of our bodies being used to nourish one another is in scripture. So for example, we can see that when a mother gives birth, she has to breastfeed her baby. We can see from scripture that we need one another. We need male and female to come together to be able to procreate, to multiply, to replenish the earth, to multiply the human race. We need that. We also can see in the scripture where it talks about if two don't come together, how can they be warm? So we can see that people need to come together to keep themselves warm. So for providing warmth. And so when we look at that as a principle, then we can say that organ donation is not unbiblical, it's not unscriptural, and it's not ungodly. Organ donation for medical research, organ donation for medical purposes, organ donation for scientific research, that obviously is not unscriptural, it is not unbiblical, it is not ungodly. And so things like blood donation then will be very good, because you're donating blood to save human life, to save people in emergency situations. So that would be great, that would be wonderful. But organ donation for ritual worship is prohibited in scripture. All forms of ritual worship are prohibited in scripture. Organ donation by stealth, by evil means, stealing people's organs, that would be evil, that would be wrong. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a man exercising his own free will to say, at the point of my death, at the point of my demise, at the point of my departure from this earth, you can use the organs of my body for medical purposes, for scientific research. That would be wonderful, because you are contributing to the advancement of humanity. God bless you.